Hi there. Good morning. Hope you're having a great start to this Thursday morning. I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foote Title Group, where we know how overwhelming the home buying process is, and we make sure that it is simple. You understand everything that's going on. We keep you in the loop every step of the way. And most importantly, we protect you and your home when you walk away from that closing table with the keys to your new home. So today I wanted to talk just a few minutes about licensing the people that do what we do. So you may or may not know this, but we are required to have licenses to be what the state calls a title insurance producer, or in your case, a home closer. So somebody who is closing on a home or who is doing the actual closing for you, coordinating all of that stuff, that person must be licensed in the state that they're doing that closing for you. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Obviously, you want to make sure that that person has up-to-date knowledge and that is what they're doing is regulated by the state. And that's really important because you want to make sure that that person sitting there at that table directing you on what to do and how what those documents are and explaining things to you, and the person that is insuring the title knows what the heck they're doing. So there's two things that are really important that happen with that person that's insuring that title for you. The first thing is that they actually do the home closing for you. They are the one that sits at the table with you and explains all the documents and makes sure that everything that's going on at that table is what you had agreed to, and that you and your home are protected. So what do I mean by you being protected? Well, that's the second part of that puzzle. That second part of that equation is to make sure that the ownership that you're taking title to, the property that you are now going to be the owner of, that no one can come back and make any claim against that ownership or try to take away the home, either saying that they had an ownership interest, or if it was a previous mortgage that wasn't properly paid off or released against that property, or if there was a lien or a judgment, maybe the previous owner or a previous owner owed IRS some money, or maybe they had a vehicular accident where someone actually filed a lien or a judgment against them for damages, or maybe they didn't pay for some work that was done and a lien was filed against that property or that ownership. So the second piece of what that person sitting at that table does is they actually have done a lot of research to make sure that your ownership is protected, and they provide you with the ability to purchase title insurance, which protects your ownership for as long as you own that property. But the reason that the person has to be licensed, obviously, is that doesn't come lightly. It takes a lot of work to make sure behind the scenes that the title to that property is protected, and that you as the homeowner taking ownership of that property are protected, and your ownership is protected for as long as you own that property. So in the state of Maryland and Virginia, the title producer, which is the person who's doing the home closing, who has to be licensed, has to take classes every year to make sure that they keep up with the up-to-date information so that your protection is good. So all of us that are licensed title producers actually have to go through classes throughout 2 years. Every 2 years our license renews, and we have to actually go through classes to make sure that we stay up to date with all of the new changes and nuances, both federally, locally, and in our industry, that make sure that we understand what's going on and that we can provide the best service and the best protection for you. Now, I explained some of this because not everyone is licensed that sits at that table, and they should be. Well, they have to be, but not everybody follows the rules. So not only is the individual sitting at that table licensed, but also the company that they work for is licensed. And so not only do we have to be licensed, but we also have to carry bonds that guarantee that we won't do some illegal things with respect to you as a customer that's being doing a closing and that's also getting insurance from us. So there's a lot of things that we have to go through as that person sitting at that table to make sure that you're protected and no one can cause any problem with your ownership, but also with your closing. So just a little tidbit there, we have to do 18 hours of credits every 2 years, and those 18 hours must include 3 hours of ethics. So we have to, the states require that we make sure that we understand ethically what we're supposed to be doing to protect you in your home. So I just want to give you a little tidbit on our blog this week. We talk a little bit about being licensed and title producers and those requirements. I can only speak about Maryland and Virginia because that's where we are licensed to do home closings for you. Other states have other regulations. Some are a little bit different in the timing, the length of time that the license is good for, the amount of credits that have to be done, how frequently they're renewed. So every state has a little bit different rules, but since we work in Maryland and Virginia primarily, and that's where we are licensed, that's what I can speak best to you about. But make sure that you understand those requirements somewhat, because that person has to be, as does any other insurance provider, has to be licensed, and you want to make sure that you are working with a professional that has those requirements met. So I hope you're having an awesome day. I really appreciate your time, and thanks for tuning in, whether you're tuning in directly now or if you're watching a recording. Please feel free to reach out and pop in any questions that you have. I love to talk to you. It helps me know what you don't know and what I can talk about next for you. So I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foote Title Group, where we want you to choose who protects your home ownership, and don't let someone else make this very important choice for you, because your home closing should be the simple part, and we want to help you take care of that. So I hope you're having an awesome day. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. And if you have any questions or things that you want to find out more information on, please check out our website, www.footetitlegroup.com, or reach out to any of our team members. They're happy to help you with any questions that you have. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Connie Fuchsa with Foote Title Group.